hear me for the
recording?
Yeah? For the recording. Okay. Well, as Peter said before, this is not a technical presentation. I will not show you any logs. I will not show you any SQL queries and things that like. So it's my first disclaimer. You are on it. Let me introduce myself and my company. That's very fast. We are a small company in the northwest of Spain, literally called Galicia, and we only have 20 people in the company at this moment, and we are extremely focused in Alfresco. We only work with Alfresco, with modification of Alfresco, making implementation with Alfresco, installations, and all of the things related to Alfresco. Because of this specialization, we work in a lot of countries. We mainly work in Spain, we work in Europe, and we are traveling a lot to South America and North America, working for new customers. In Spain, we have a lot of customers expand for all the peninsula, and we try to continue to grow in this. We are working with Alfresco since 2006, more than 10 years now. More than half of the company are ACR or ACE, are certified by Alfresco. It's one of the reasons because we have a small team, but we need to be very specialized in the software. And we are partners of Alfresco since the 1.4 version, not an easy version to install. In fact, the customer that have the 1.4 version installed in her systems is Estrella Galicia. It's a beer factory in Galicia, and it's still using Alfresco. It's not the 1.4 version. He was migrated to the, I remember it is now in the 4.2 version of Alfresco, and we are migrating in a couple of months to the 5 version. It's not an easy process to migrate from 1.4 to the other versions, because in the one version we need to modify the kernel itself of Alfresco. We need to compile Alfresco, and the modifications to the core of Alfresco was very difficult to scale. So we need to do a lot of hard work in the first years of our working with Alfresco. The other side of the company was working in the healthcare sector since 2000. It's a lot of years. We have a lot of knowledge in the healthcare sector, main functional knowledge, not technical. We are used to do things like the historical, the electric records of a patient. We work with the invoices of the patient when come to the hospital, and things related to the functional operation of a healthcare building. In this show, the fusion of the two areas of the company was clear. We need to solve the document management problems in the healthcare sector that in a lot of countries are today not resolved or not well resolved, but in Galicia, surprisingly, because it's a little province in Spain, is well doing. We do the solution and the service. We call it Exidoc, and it manages the documents and it manages the historical clinical records of all the patients in Galicia. About 4 million of people stored his clinical documents in Alfresco. What was the main pain and what is the motivation of our solution? Well, the main pain is a sadly pain. It's a friend of us called Peter. I will call him Peter, not his real name, obviously, but Peter is a friend. He suffered systemic lupus in 2000. In 2000, systemic lupus was a very rare disease. It's not easy to have this disease. He needs to do a lot of tests in different hospitals. He needs to travel to Coruña. He needs to travel to Santiago. and he needs to travel with the AZ folder in his bag to carry with him the reports and the results from one hospital to other hospital, to the doctors, to let the doctors see her results in other cities. He accumulates more than 2 folders of papers with his history clinical. And the problem was this, it was in paper. And suddenly, in 2004, it won't. The whole office depot, where the historical clinicals of 20,000 patients are stored, burns. So we are not talking about documents, we are talking about persons. These persons must do again the tests, must do to the cities, to do again a lot of tests, and a lot of difficult tests in some of the cases. And this was the first problem that we must deal with. The second problem was that the doctors need to access the electronic health records in various cities, in different cities. And these cities are distant, and the people must carry the document with themselves. It's a problem. And more recently, the users, us, want to access our own historical clinical record, because it's our own information. It's not the information of the hospital. It's not the information of the Galician healthcare sector. It's our information about our health. And we need to access, but our medicals, our doctors need to access the information when we are in holidays. Or not? It's safer to see them, to know that they can be accessed our information. So in 2004, from 2004 to 2010, the Galician healthcare sector system implants the EHR, the electronic healthcare record. We participate in this project from the first, just before, in fact, in 2000, we started to work with them to implement this system, and in 2012, they deployed the interoperability infrastructure that led us to develop the platform that I will show you now. Our approach, as I said, was a modular solution based on Alfresco mainly. Alfresco is the repository. Obviously, the users never see Alfresco. They only see the applications, the vertical applications developed for the doctors or for the nurses or for the AR systems to view the documentation. But Alfresco is only a repository. We developed these modules that there are a lot of add-ons that adds functionality to the whole system. For example, the interoperability module allows, this is the first where we start, because it's the module that allows the medical equipment to communicate with Alfresco. It allows, for example, an encephalogram or other medical equipment to send the data, to send the documents to Alfresco. Alfresco, just before it gets to Alfresco, it goes to CIDOC, and CIDOC redistributed to Alfresco or to other systems. If it's an imaging, because the photographs or of some data is not stored in Alfresco, but it's CIDOC who differentiate these documents and send it to one location or to another location. Not all of the information goes to Alfresco. We developed an interface to match the metadata between the legacy systems, because the XDS and HL7 protocols are very standard in the medical industry, but are not very used by the hospitals. The hospital has their own interpretation of the metadata, so they usually use data for one reason and another data for different reasons in another hospital. So there must be a match between these records to allow the user on the hospital to match every record in the correct place. Other module is the information lifecycle management. We are talking a system that loads about 10 gigas per day. It's about 500 gigas of documentation each month, and we need to develop a volume management system that closes the documents in a repository specific and never can touch the documents, these documents again. It's very important for them because the backups of this documentation is very important, and they need to use the correct assignment in the disks for it. And Alfresco allows to do one part, but not allows to do all the solution. We need to move the documents based on metadata, but also based on the space available in this volume. The custody of the historical clinical information is important too, because the doctors does a signature of the document, but this signature can be invalid, cannot be valid in 5, 10, or 12 years. So we install a module to re-sign the documents and to re-sign with the new algorithms in the future. We also transform the documents to long-term documents. In fact, we transform it to PDF-8. We don't. Usually, doctors use the ODT or platform-based long-term. In fact, but they prefer to have all the documentation in PDF for a PDF-8. So we use a transformation server that also is not the transformation server from Alfresco. We use rules. This is technical, sorry. We use rules to do the transformation server, and we made a simple matrix of transformations between one document and PDF-I, and we call Java classes to do the difficult. This is a model that we do because the Galician healthcare system needs to pay for some innovative, and they call us, please do some innovative, and some innovative must be some related to semantic. So we do a semantic model, but it's not something that is really using it. We establish the basis for each semantic analysis of the documentation. That is a good starting point, but in reality, there are not ontologies in the healthcare sector. Too much work to work in a real scenario. The base is done, and they can use it in the future, but actually they are not using it. It was interesting that they will use in the future, of course. Also, we do a migration API and a tool. This is because usually the hospitals needs to do the patient 24/7 attention, and we can't migrate the server in one night. So, at the same time, our module CDoc is searching information, is searching the patient documents in Alfresco, but is also searching in FTP, in the file system, in the database, in the legacy repository that is working the hospital. Why? We are migrating in background, in another instance, we are migrating the content. Our migration tool, in fact, adapts itself to the repository load. In high load, there are a lot of times, there are a lot of periods in the day that the doctors load all the information that they do during the morning, and there are a lot of high load moments. In these moments, we need to reduce or stop automatically the migration system to let the users access the information faster. We also use a monitoring service called Kibana, that it's very common, and it let us use graphs and show the times of the response of the server. That is very useful to analyze the 3 nodes. Here you can see 4 nodes of the cluster, but one of the nodes will be stopped in the following days. And the success case for this solution, this is the whole solution. This solution is working right now. It's not a project that we are working in this moment. No, it's a project finished a couple of years ago. It's implanted in the Galician healthcare system that use it mainly since 2013. We use it to do a digitalization system from the old history, electronic paper records, and they was incorporated. In fact, the vast majority of them, they was incorporated to the system from 2013. There are more electrical healthcare records growing every day. They have to be data. It's 3 repository nodes in cluster right now, and another 3 nodes of Solar to index the content. The current version of the repository is 4.1, and we are migrating right now to the 5.1. We have a team of 6 persons fully dedicated to the customer, for support, for administration, developers, and the load of the system is about 2,000 requests per minute, and 20,000 users. For users, I can talk about doctors, nurses, the patient, because the patient is actually using the system through the portal of the patient that is implanted in Galicia. In Galicia, you as a user of the system can see your historical clinical record, not all the information, but you can see some analytics and some documents of your EHR. And they are using the system from 472 clinical hospitals, big hospitals, and primary centers where you can go for flus or for something not important, not really important. Currently, the repository have 18 million of documents, of information, and the response times in high load situation are like, we think that eliminating one node of the cluster, the 4 nodes that are working now, we will be improving these results, because we think that there are problems with one of the nodes of the cluster. The search spends about 2,000 milliseconds. For the upload of a document, the system has for 2 seconds. Download of a document is about 1 second, and the high availability nodes are using 4 cores each one and 8 years of RAM. And well, the first success of this is not the Galician healthcare. The first of this of the history is Peter, because my friend can go from Lugo to Coruña and to another city, and the doctors can see his clinical history wherever they go. So it's very faster for him to allow the user, to allow the access to care to his data. And that's all. Thank you very much. Not technical? No problem.
I have plenty of technical questions, but I also have some non-technical questions. So how do you manage access? I mean, you have doctors from different hospitals, so how do you know, okay, this guy can see the record of Peter, but this guy cannot because it has nothing to do with Peter?
The ACL of the system is not managed by Afresco or by us. They are a third-party application that is called Janus. Janus is the EHR system of Galicia that they hold the information who can access, who can view the determined EHR of patient. It's another system in front of us. It's not Shidog or Afresco who manage the security. We allow the user. In fact, Janus access Shidog using a service account. One user is using.
Oh, you answered my question. What API does Janus use to get the information from Afresco?
They are not currently using Themis. They are using a custom-made web service, not REST. It's a web service developed for this case, for this concrete case. We tried Themis, but they don't work. It simply have a lot of times in the response time of the share access.
So it's too slow.
Yeah.
Seems interesting.
How paperless is the whole process?
Sorry, open for me?
How paperless is it? Is it paperless?
I don't know the percentage, but there was a problem with that. It's a political problem. The doctors have made a report when you go to visit here, and they usually make appointments in the paper. They don't want these appointments to be in a system that can be audited later. So they are using the informatic system to do the information, the legal information, but they continuously use some papers that they keep in their own records. It's not official,
Yeah,
this,
that's-
but they use some paper.
So you still have like a chart at the hospital, and they put that information in Alfresco later. They don't walk around with iPads
Yeah,
entering information.
that's right.
Well, sorry.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna. So do the hospitals, have they deployed tablets to all the staff, and the papers just use some in addition to the tablet, or is it a paper and then enter it after hours sort of situation?
No, it's just instead of using the platform to do all of the notes, they put in her paper the information that is subjective to the doctor. It's information that is not going to the history because it's things like, oh, okay, I see the patient, but I think he is drunk or he's drunk. So it's not information. It's information that can be used can be relevant to the patient, but
They're not in the official record.
that's right. So they use another an ASET that I see that they have a carpet folder, a physical folder that they have in her office. If you go to another doctor, obviously they don't have this information.
Sorry, a little touching about the standard, the HL7 standard.
That's right.
Yeah. Did you implement that internally through models in Afresco?
We implement a mapping of this. When you HL7, it's mainly used by medical equipment. So instead of XDX is mainly used between software systems. In HL7, there are matchings that send the information to Afresco or to Shidog. We are the matching for the document, for the information or for the metadata in HL7 and the Afresco metadata. Yes. Not for all of the metadata, but the information that the hospital needs to be.
Yeah, only the information they need.
Yeah, only the needed information.
Okay, great.
So coming back to the fire, I mean, how often do you guys take backups? Actually? And do you have what's the policy? Is replicated to a different city? This can happen to a data center.
There are two data centers for the EHRs in Galicia. One is in Coruña, and 200 kilometers in Vigo, there are another replicated data center. There are two data centers, two different data centers, physically separated, and the backup are continuously backups. We don't manage the backups, but they are doing the backups of the whole system. We only do the closure of the volumes so they can do the backups of the volumes, because when I told you before the volumes, there are more political reasons in this approach. In this approach, in this approach, there are hospitals that have more money than other hospitals. The hospital of Lugo has a budget of 1,000, and the hospital of Vigo has more. So there are hospitals with more space on this. They are hospitals with these factors than the other. So the volume management is also to the historical clinics that are stored that came from one hospital in Lugo are slower than the history that came from another hospital, Vigo, for example, that it's a big one. But I taught this in London, this presentation in London, and I taught this in San Francisco 5 or 4 years ago, and people don't care about that. Only when these kind of things affect the people. In Galicia, it installed the system right now in 2004 for this reason. If it doesn't burn, I think that it will be delayed a lot of years.
Any questions?
Using an enterprise version. And you use record management behind it. The record management module?
No. They asked for it, but the record management, the record management not in Spain, in Galicia, maybe it's can be adapted to fully support the experience and the sub-experience and the characteristic of the archive in Galicia.
And from there, I mean, do you limit the file types that you allow people to upload themselves, so they can upload anything?
That's right. We always convert it to PDF.
What is the records management company adapted? Is it technical or?
It's a technical, without doubt. But I can tell you that in Spain there are expedients, they are sub-expedients, and maybe there are sub-expedients. And these don't fill. This can't be mapped one-to-one to the record management structure. It needs to be modified, but it's easier for them to use a folder, subfolder structure, and a series and a matrix of catalogation of retirement of the documents by hand, that's in the record management.
Sorry, I missed part of your presentation, but what year was the implementation?
Where?
What year? I missed.
What year?
Yeah, I came in a little bit late, sorry.
In 2013.
Okay, so I believe that specific limitation of the module is been removed. It sounds like you're referring to the initial, the version 1.0 that could only go 3 levels deep. Yeah, that would make sense.
It would be possible. If the
You
record
said-
management wants to adopt
That limitation's still there.
They can only go 3 levels?
Well, you can have, you need to set category, subcategory, and then folders. You can have category and subcategories. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
now you can or not?
No.
Well, thank you. That's awesome.
Okay, thank you.